Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. Okay, so it's halftime of the Los Angeles Laker game, and they're down 7, but it doesn't matter. Anthony Davis went down with what looked like something with his ankle. It looked horrible. He needed a whole lot of help getting off the court. The announcer said they felt it was broken. Looking at it, it gave way as he was coming down from midair. It just came down real awkward, and it gave way. So goodwill, Anthony Davis for sure. You know, this is the kind of season we're having. No one should be surprised. This is something that couldn't have been avoided. You know, obviously there are ways to try to put players in positions to be successful, but ultimately, if a guy's gonna be in midair coming down, it doesn't matter who his teammates are. It doesn't matter who his coach is, what position he's playing. It couldn't happen to anyone. Unfortunately, though, it happened to this guy, and this is the guy we needed not to happen to. But if you're following trend lines, you expected this because this is what happens to him. So, yeah. If you guys have been following me, you know what I think of this. This is what I was expecting that would happen when you have a player who's had injury issues and you rely upon him and another older guy who can't get right, and that's it. It opens up the door for this type of thing. I mean, it's nothing we can say other than that. It just opens the door for this to take place. So even though we know it could happen in any situation, we definitely know that a lot has been asked of Anthony Davis, a lot has been asked of LeBron James, and a lot has been asked of Russell Westbrook. And that's just unfortunate because they cannot deliver. So this season has been a wash. It was a wash the first time AD went down. It's a wash now. And I'm just sad that LeBron James has to play this out. He should be shut down as well. If we have any sense, we will shut him down too, so that we can preserve any actual value for these guys, and then make absolutely sure we end this nonsense in the off season. This has to stop. I don't know who's willing to make the change or how long it's going to take for them to get to that point, but I've already gotten there. It's time to rebuild. It's time to start over. Blow it all the way up if at all possible. Salvage any sense of assets for the guys that we have here. You know, if a guy can net you 3 and 4 picks, then he needs to do that. That's where we're at this point. This LeBron James thing is done. It's done. It's done. 1 out of 4 was good. I keep telling people 1 out of 4 is fantastic. We won. Hooray. Sorry we couldn't get a parade, but we're not having one late, and we're certainly not able to win another championship with this roster as currently constructed, especially now that Anthony Davis looks like he's going to be down. It looked like it's going to be a season-ending injury, to be completely honest with everybody. That doesn't look like something you come back from, especially this late in the season. Maybe if we're lucky and he doesn't need surgery, if it's not broken, maybe we'll be lucky enough to have him by the first round of the playoffs or something like that. But looking at that injury as is, you don't bring him back to this situation on that injury. So I'm just going to jump out on a limb and say we don't see Anthony Davis no more this season. But I'd love to be wrong. Absolutely, I'd love to be wrong, and I'm certainly not a doctor. So that's what it is, man. I'm too through. I am too through with this team and everything that has to do with this season. I would love for Jeanie Buss to now see the fruit and doing some of the things that should have been done a couple days ago. But honestly, I'm not expecting that either. I'm just going to be honest with you. Everything I'm hearing is just snatching away my faith in everybody. And I just am hopeful that some voice of reason can step in and sort through the mess that we've made here, putting together this team. I don't care whose fault it is. I just want a solution. I want it fixed. I would have loved to have traded Anthony Davis for about 8 picks 2 days ago. After this injury, he'd probably get us 3. Do it. Do it. If he can get you flexibility and assets, do it. LeBron James, I really believe the same thing. A guy does not ascend in value as he gets older when you get to this point. He's 37. So, I mean, if you guys want to continue kicking this can down the road with Bron, have at it. I'm not going to sit here and demand he go. But what I'm telling you is, if you don't want to suck as bad as it look like we're about to suck, we need to recoup some assets, and nobody else on this team is going to get us those assets. No one else, especially after Anthony Davis going down with his injury, no one else is going to get us those assets. It's that simple. THT ain't about to turn into an all-star for you to trade. Malik Monk's probably going to sign with someone else since we didn't secure his bag or trade him. We didn't bring in like a guy like Christian Wood, so we can't flip him for nothing. It's just, the 2027 pick is not going to help us for a long time, so we're probably going to end up flipping that anyway. So, this is what happens when you make decisions such as these. And I think we've once again taught the NBA landscape a lesson that if you're not going to invest in your role players to an extent where you can fill out your roster without having to do it last minute, then chances are you should not be trying to balance 3 max players on your books. You are going to leave your team looking like us. Brooklyn and some of the issues they had before the trade, I can attest that 9-game losing streak was because they had such terrible role players and need to get better in that area and have with the trade that they made. And that is the exact type of thing the Lakers should have did on the trade deadline. Unfortunately, they just depleted themselves of assets ahead of time so that no one wanted to do a deal with us. So that's what I see there. Just a whole lot of nothing good. But it's halftime. Lakers started off the game pretty strong. I'm having issues with finding a link, but before halftime ended, someone popped up with a pretty good link. So hopefully that'll carry over to the second half, and I'll be able to watch whatever's left of this particular basketball game. But as it stands, Anthony Davis appears to have gone down with something very, very bad, and I just don't expect any good news to come out of this particular injury. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Prayers up for AD. And yeah, man, I'm ready to blow this thing up. I'm cool, y'all. I really am. I've had enough. BDL 44.